Alright, don't look at me like that. Okay. Here we go. Alright. What are you doing? What are you doing? Hey buds, what are you doing? Alright. It's a little too quiet in here. Alright. I guess we'll look at the notice board real quick. See if anyone shows up and then we'll just start. Did you get a haircut? Someone unlocked hairstyles on the notice board. It's cute. I like this. This is how DQ1. I don't know what that says. My TV is too far away. I wanted to like my picture so that more people see it. Wow, it got really far down. It got really far down. No wonder Snapey's like reposting his picture. Wants it to be seen. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's also really cool. I tried to build a building like that once and failed miserably. But I was trying to use blocks that I don't usually use and I didn't know how they worked together very well, and so it was just a disaster waiting to happen. I need to try this again with blocks that I do know how they work. And I can study it and make it myself someday, or make something similar. I'm wondering how people do this. Oh, that just looks like grates or something. Oh no, it's light boxes. But there's one later on. So many pictures since I posted mine, like 2 hours ago. Lots of people posting on Monday night, apparently. Well, that's cool. Like a little suspension climbing thing. Can visit it. Where did my picture go? Oh wow, look at that. That is great. That is not something I can ever build. I do not do the 3D sculptures, recreations very well. This is really cool too. This is the notice board is a wealth of inspiration. Always worth looking at. Oh, her island, Perunuma or something. I can't see it from my couch to my TV. It's too small. Her island is absolutely gorgeous, but I don't recommend going on the Switch. It's pretty laggy. Alrighty. My goodness. I must have missed it or something. Because, can't believe all of this was posted in the last 2 hours. On a Monday night. Oh, I recognize this. Gotta be getting close. And that. Still not wet. Oh, that's cool. I like that one. That's clever. I mean, it's very simple, but it's like total play on words here. I like it. Climbing your frames. Yeah. I feel like I've completely missed it. I don't know how. I don't know whose house that's supposed to be. K something. It's a floating island. Ow. Alright, I don't know where it is, so I'll go find me some other way. When I say me, it's like I can't just look in my, it's a different account, my second account. I'm on my third account right now, looking for a thing from my second account. We'll just go to Christmas and view this user's snapshots. There we go. I invited Willow from Discord over today and she murdered me. Look at that. Photo evidence. Standing over my corpse. Oh, it was fun times. Anyways. Alright, I guess we'll head to Moonbrooke. And hope people show up. Gotta go finish Moonbrooke. Oops, I forgot to check my hunger before I left. Ah well, I have lots of potatoes. In Moonbrooke. It's so weird being on the boat without Malroth. But he stayed behind in Moonbrooke. Oh, look, it's my picture. Time for a big battle. I'm not looking forward to that. One sec. Message. That one. And all right. Excitement afoot. Actually, I'm gonna go see if I can make any more. Whoops. I didn't realize I still had that equipped. There we go. I'm using the wrong buttons again. It's like I put the PlayStation controller in my hand and suddenly, like, want to use it like I'm playing Genshin, even though I'm not playing Genshin. Alright, that should do the trick, and we'll get... Oh, we don't want that in my... There we go. Malrock, buddy. I didn't have a choice, man. This is it, or our final battle. Atlas approaches. The Major General is an unimaginably powerful foe. Only by your Kazapple cannon can we hope to defeat him, and defeat him we shall. So, Aura, are you ready to win this war? No. No, I'm not. Understood. Nothing is more important than preparation. Speak with me again when you are sure you are ready. She just says the same thing Warwick says when he starts that one battle. Yes, let's do this. Excellent. We are relying on you. You too, Malroth. We shall have need of your strength on the battlefield. Oh, bye, cat. See you later. Oh, Malroth. Ora, His Majesty has thoroughly briefed me on how the Kazapple cannon works, so allow me to impart his knowledge to you. Firstly, you must place your hand upon the orb of heroes at the top of the main tower to see what it sees. Then you have only to line up Oh no. Sorry, I only bugged you because I knew you would come. And Cabot is still MIA, so there's nobody here. And I was lonely. We're not going to do the battle. You're very welcome. Thanks for coming. Then you only have to line your target in the sights and unleash the energy upon them. But be careful, the cannon can only fire once at a time. Once the energy of the orb is exhausted, it takes some time to recharge. Be careful that you do not miss. That should be all you need to know. Would you like me to run through the explanation again, just to be sure? No. Good. Then we are ready to face Atlas. If we can defeat him, we can restore peace to Moonbrooke. We can escape our fate of eternal warfare. Ora, if we fight together to the very end, I know we can do it. I know we can win. Har, 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 puny humans think you can defeat mighty Atlas? We smash your castle, we smash your towers, we smash everything. We show Lord Atlas how weak you really are. Balsamic vinegar is good. My husband jokes that I don't eat salad, I eat salad soup because I put so much balsamic vinegar on it. Hear me, humans, you cannot win. You cannot escape your fate. Struggle all you like, it will do you no good. You will be destroyed. Hello, Spiffy, thanks for coming. Atlas underestimates us, but we shall soon show him. Quickly, Ora, get to the Kazapple cannon. Oh, it's backwards to what I'm used to. Yikes. I'm right to consume that much balsamic. It's great. I'm glad somebody agrees with me. Your party did a dumb and the barbarian threw the cleric at the... That sounds really, really bad. Hopefully the cleric survives. No, it can't be. He is unhurt. Grr, ha ha ha. I not expect humans to put up a real fight. But it will take more than magic pea shooter to hurt mighty Atlas. Go, my minions. Destroy the humans. Destroy their castle. Destroy everything. Oh no. Who fell on the floor? The barbarian or the cleric? His hide is just too tough. The blast had no effect. There must be some other way. In any case, we cannot fire the cannon again until it recharges. We must hold back the monsters until then. I love how even Esther gets in there and fights. Superpowered, pushing him back single-handedly. My goodness. I can barely see what's going on. There's just so much, like, special effects. I'm getting knocked around. Oh, you're back. Hello, cat. Hello. Some help would be great, guys. Okay, whoa, whoa, cat, what are you doing? I remember the first time I did this, I had no idea what this was and what I was supposed to do to, like... And I kept getting, like, flown. Whoa. Look, he has exhausted himself. This is our chance. All forces, attack! Yeah, thanks. Whoa. Oops, we have him staggered. Or quickly, must race back to the tower and try to hit him somewhere where that steely hide can't protect him. I like that they teleport you and all. It's, I'm doing more damage than Malra. That's pretty cool. Right in the eye! Brilliant shot, Aura! We have only to hold off the monsters, await our opportunity, and land another shot or two in the eye, like in his eye, like that, and victory will be ours. Yeah, no, the teleport it's because you have to fly back, so it's Yo, I forgot about that. This one's harder to do because he's sending those attacks while you're fighting stuff. So, excuse me, sir. I wanted those traps to freeze you. What? Apparently I can't avoid it when I'm in the thick of things. Well, I was not paying attention. How are they not getting thrown up? Oh, some of them are. Okay, I see. There, we have Atlas on the back foot again. Now is our chance to strike. Go to the Kazapple cannon again and aim for his eye. No such thing as too much pasta salad. Woohoo! We did it! Yay! Atlas seems to have dropped something. Oh yeah, I forgot I put these up here. It's so pretty. I wonder if you can get like just a picture of that thing. There's a lot of NPCs in it, but yay! I did it! Rusted relic! Yeah, I'm gonna drop it in a chest with everything that I need to make the thing. They really did a number. Huzzah! We did it! We defeated Atlas! And that item that he dropped when he fell, could it be? Ho ho ho, Aura, my girl. Oh, Aura! Aura, our beautiful builder, you have vanquished our foe and saved our kingdom. Gadzooks, I knew you could do it. In honor of your great deeds of arms this day, I may consider taking you on as my squire. Goddess be praised, the vile tyrant who had this fair land in his iron grip is no more. Our days of endless bloodshed are over. I can't believe this is really real. We did it! We actually did it! We defeated the children of Hargon! Please pardon that outburst. Such behavior is unbecoming of Moonbrooke's military leader. Before our celebrations begin in earnest, what say we repair the damage to the castle? Leave it to us, or we shall be done in a jiffy. Yay! Aura, I must speak with you. You recovered a rusted relic from Atlas's body, did you not? I believe that it may be the mark of Moonbrooke, the legendary treasure that will restore peace to my realm. You have only to repair it. Go, my child, take that rusted relic to a workbench and transform it into the mighty mark of Moonbrooke. Alright, first we're going to look at what we need to make it. Magic crystal, steel, marble. Okay. Do I have a chest? I think I still have the one out here. Oh, hang on. I'll need all the steel and magic crystal. I think that's all there was to it. Marble. I think I have all the marble on me. None in there. Oh, he saluted when I went past. That's pretty cool. I never noticed that before. Alright. And then we need all of our marble. Magic crystals. And we don't have any steel in here, so that's good. No, I know what I did. There we go. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to put all my special stuff back in here. Aura, the mark of Moonbrooke is as good as new. How can I ever repay you? As I told you, and you alone, this world is but an illusion. It may fade away at any moment. But when I see your smiling face, young lady, it fills me with hope. Mayhap you are not an emissary of annihilation, but one of creation, sent by the heavens to save us all from our wretched fate, to save this world from destruction. I don't know if you noticed, Sir King, but I ain't been smiling since you locked up my best friend. I'm super serious. Look at that face. She means business. Come, Aura, take the mark of Moonbrooke and affix it to the beacon of Erdrick. Let the people see that peace has returned. I wonder if you can... I'm going to try like once or twice. To see if you can... Or I guess once. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Oops, I need the dish too. I'm just trying to get a feel of the... That's going to be tricky. Oh, we'll see. Erdrick's beacon burns brightly. Oh, it didn't do anything. No, you can't. You have to go through text, I'm guessing. So it won't let you, dupe it. Yo. Oh, I might be using the wrong button. Okay, let's try that one more time. What button do you want me to use? That's square, so triangle. Alright, got it. Oh, that was too slow. Nope. Because the chest is still open and it's using the item. Ah, well. It was worth the shot. Look, it's Pippa, everybody. Pippa's in Moonbrooke. Yeah, the chest was still open, so it did not dupe. Oh, well. I can try and dupe the other thing in multiplayer sometime and then make it an extra one of those. I can hardly believe it. So this is what a world without war feels like? A world at peace. I cannot thank you enough, Aura. If it were not for you, this day would never have come. The builder won our minds, our hearts, and she blew Atlas away. I knew she would right from the start, but I didn't like to say. Honestly, Hayden, is there anything you won't sing about? The people of Moonbrooke spend some time savoring the peace that Aura has brought about, and the unfamiliar warmth which has filled their hearts. They decide to celebrate the happy turn of events by holding the greatest feast in the history of their kingdom. I like this song. Although, this is the same song as the Harvest Festival, isn't it? I think this is the same song as the Harvest Festival. That's pretty cool. Ho ho ho, the preparations for our victory feast are complete. Now let us mark the start of the celebration with a fireworks display. Consider this a humble gift from your monarch. Except for the firework cannons themselves, I concede these are all of your fine craftsmanship, Aura. Oh, and before I forget, I saw Malroth standing atop the outer wall. He cut a rather lonesome figure. He needs a friend to talk to, Aura, and you are his best friend. You are the best friend he has. Until you came along. It's nice that though, like, I added extra firework cannons and they're using them. I like that. Why did I say that to her? Why would I do that? Something isn't right. There's something wrong with me. Huh? Oh, Aura, it's you. How long have you been standing there? That Kazapple cannon of yours is really something. Guess you won't need me around to beat up monsters for you anymore. You build things, I mash monsters, but you don't need me anymore, and I don't need you. Once we get back to the island, we can go our separate ways. Jeremiah was looking for you. You should go and find him and see what he wants. I thought I told you we're done. I'll stay with you until we get back to the island, but that's it. But if I spam talk at you, will you change your mind and realize how sorry I am, Malroth? Yes, the Kazapple cannon only points in literally one direction. We need you for the other 3 directions at least. That is very true. Aura, why the dour expression? Tonight we celebrate our victory, yet your face suggests you mourn a bitter loss. 'Cause I am mourning a bitter loss. Whatever your troubles, tonight's celebrations will surely drive them from your mind. It is time to put your wonderful fireworks cannons into action. What? What do you mean you cannot remember when or wherefore you built them? Come now, my girl. You made them at my request, so that we might celebrate our inevitable victory over the monsters. Once every 2 minutes, exactly. Here, take these fine fireworks, load the firework cannons, and let the display begin in earnest. I believe Vanessa had something she wishes to speak with you about. When you have had your fill of fireworks, pray go to her and hear what she has to say. Buttons. Why can't I? Oh, it's the wrong. I see. There we go. I was on the wrong thing in my inventory. There we go. Ah, Aura, are you enjoying the fireworks? Lord Jeremiah tells me he is saving the best for last, so it seems we still have quite a treat in store for us. What say you, Aura? Aura, are you ready to sit back and enjoy the grand finale? No. Haha, I well understand your reluctance to bring this night to a close. Pray enjoy the party at your leisure. When you are ready to see the show, just say the word. Alright, fine. Yes. Or, this may be a time for celebration, but I cannot stop thinking about you and Malroth. I am sure he did not mean the wounding words he said to you. We all say things we do not mean in the heat of the moment. I am sure things will work out between you, but Malroth is a stubborn sort. You must make the first move, and soon. Ah, it seems the show is about to begin. For the moment, let us forget our cares and enjoy the fireworks. This is easy for you to say. They're not your cares. These people. Oh my, how beautiful. I always take some screenshots. Goddess be praised, we have found true peace at last. R.I.P. Beret. That night, the people of Moonbrooke set the sky on fire in celebration of their hard-won peace. As they gaze up in wonder at the kaleidoscope of the night sky, their thoughts turn to the bright future that lies before them. All except for two, Malroth and Aura, whose horizons have become unexpectedly clouded. Then morning comes. Ah, wasn't last night's party simply sublime? My heart is still racing with joy. In all the excitement, I almost forgot that there was something I want to ask you about, Aura. What did Warwick mean when he said our world was an illusion? You spoke with him about it back in Renderak, and it has been playing on my mind ever since. Forgive me, this is not the time for such talk. Let us revel in our victory a little while longer. Before you came here, I had lost almost everything, but last night, watching the fireworks with you by my side, I felt truly happy. It is all thanks to your hard work that we have brought peace to Moonbrooke once more. Thank you, Aura. I'm not going to talk to you yet, Anessa. I want to go do... No! I was trying to open the box, and I talked to her. I'm not going to talk to you, Anessa. Talks to Anessa. Yep. That's how it goes every time I'm on an Explorer shore and I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to check this off so I can use the flute to find it over and over again. Checks it off. Damn you, buttons. She literally did. I was trying to open the chest and she jumped in front of me. Ah, Aura, there is another matter I must discuss with you. You came to this land in search of new companions to take back to your island, did you not? Friends who would help you drive back the children of Hargon? Well, there is not a single man among us who you have failed to inspire with your building abilities. I am sure many of them would gladly assist you in turn. And with valiant Moonbrooke soldiers at your back, no enemy can stand in your way. Also, now that peace has returned to us, the castle no longer has any need of the many snares and ballistas that you kindly built for our protection. Pray take them with you, and may they serve your island as well as they did ours. The people of Moonbrooke wait to greet their hero Aura. Go to them and accept their plaudits. They are fully deserved. No, Anessa, I'm not going to do that. Yeah. Did not dupe. Shucks darn. Alright, I want this, and I want this. And that. Don't need that. Where are my potats? There they are. Whoops. I think that's all I want. Alright. We're gonna go do some... You guys can all remain in Moonbrooke. No, no, no. You deserve to remain in this peaceful place. I certainly don't need any of you back at my place. Exactly. I will steal all the traps and you can all stay here. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Where's number 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Let's go do this one first. Yep, I just, like, was missing them and I wanted to make sure I knew where they were before I ran off to do them. The only reason I'm going to do them without people is because some of them require, like, walking on the snow in a certain place, and, like, I tried doing that with people in my party and it was really annoying because they would walk on the snow and disrupt the snow that you didn't want to be disrupted. So... Ah, I see. Put them in front of the ones that are facing forward. Yeah, no, I make sure I discover all the icons so that they're easier to find, so that I know I'm not missing one. I had to go back and find one that I had forgotten to pick the mini medal off of. In my first game, so ever since then I've been very careful about how I do these. Alright, now next we want to do, well, first let's finish our map a little bit because this didn't get I will be taking everybody to go get those guys, though. Much better. Alright. guys are so heavy. Well, come here. I can't hit you over there, sir. Oh geez, you're obnoxious, aren't you? There you go. One by one gap? Hmm. I mean, that's easy to test. Yo, hello. Nope. Does not. But you know what you can do to make it look like you're going through? Right? Because then you can fit under. Your builder only needs 1.5 to fit. They don't actually need a full 2. Yep. That's how I'm able to do my hidden door kind of magnet blocked notice board. Is I put a, like, because otherwise you would notice the hole behind the notice board when you would look at the notice board, because you can see underneath the notice board. So what I do is I put like a half block immediately behind, so that when you go through the notice board, you go like over the half block and into the hole, and then it makes it harder to notice. Alright, you know what? Let's just teleport. Oh no, it changes you when you teleport. I don't want to fight anything, that's why I keep using the mod rod. The nice thing about the hammer hood is you can actually still break things. You just use Y instead to attack. But it breaks like a lot of things, not just like one block. Oop, I passed it somehow. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Yo, missed. Can you? Let's do that then. Cabot's not here to yell at us for cheating. We'll cheat. Yay! Mini mill. Yeah, I just had to break all the blocks of ice. No, I didn't mean to do that. Alright, where is the next one? Oh. Again, I'm running past them. Timertopia. Hello, hello. Oh, that's right. It's you. Time to cheat again. I wonder why there's a green block here. Very weird. Thanks. Oh wait, I'm supposed to bring something up here, aren't I? Yeah, the thing with carpet is as soon as you pick it up, it changes, oh I think you're supposed to take this one, maybe. As soon as you pick it up, it changes its pattern from like a midsection to a like regular section. Right? Like if I do the same thing with this. If I do the same thing with this one, it'll change. It won't let me take the... Interesting. I will take what I can get then. Yeah, and it's the same with the Ultimallet too. It's one of the few things that does this weirdly. I don't know why. Hello, Mr. Dragon. How are you doing? Don't wake the dragon. Well, even with the boss hammer, it changes. Like, it does not stay in its middle form. So if you want to use colored carpet in the middle form, you have to use the stickler sifter to make the middle carpet pieces. You have to place the middle carpet pieces exactly how you want them, and then you have to dye them with a paint bucket. Oh. Oops. Because if you... Like, you can't use a stickler sifter on colored pieces. It does not work. It only works on the base, not dyed components. That is one, isn't it? Yes, it is. I got distracted by what I was doing. I'm sorry. Yo. Jumpy, jumpy, sir. Alright. Yo, I hate these skinny stair sets. Always fall off of them. Alright. I want you to be... I don't know, we'll put you over here for... Oh, what? Come on, really? Sigh. Why won't you let me set you down? That's not cool, game. That's true. Oh, actually, I should leave that one there so that I can do that. And then I want... put it there. I think that's it, right? We just need to, wait for it to snow. I wish they gave you the ability to make mini medals of your own. That would have been really fun. Come on, Snow, you can do it. One more tile. Yes, this is the one you have to wait for snow to fall. So for Jillian in particular, I actually went on YouTube and found a Let's Play that had, where they did Angler's Isle. And I wrote down everything that she said, and then I kind of like mishmashed it together. Because the salutation station is 3 lines with 22 characters on each line. But it will not connect. Like, if you split a word, it'll just go to the next line and it won't like connect the words. So you have to be like very careful about how you place them. So I wrote down everything that Jillian says, and then I kind of like worked on a piece of paper with like the lines and the spaces, until I figured out something that she could say about her nets being knackered. Because it says exactly that in the story. And then I don't know, I just like miners have a certain accent, and slimes say everything slimy. I think the hardest one was Jillian, because I really wanted to capture like what she says and her personality and make it look like she was trying to fix her nets. Because I love Jillian. I know I said in Discord Brittany best girl, but it's actually Jillian. Jillian is best girl. Alright, have fun at work. Thanks for dropping by. How do I want to do this? Let's just see if we can stay on the mountaintop. I am not here. You do not perceive me. Just a figment of your imagination. I swear. How do I want to do this? I think we'll go through this one first. You're actually making headway on your mountain? That's great. Oops. When you, when you're done with your mountain, you can come and build my mountain. Just kidding, you. Tox was streaming last night, his, Koholint builds, and so I actually went back to my second account and was working on my island, on my mountains. It was nice. Got a huge chunk filled in, but still a lot to go. This is another one where we're gonna have to wait for it to snow. You do feel a little silly that you're doing it in the time you're taking off of work? Why is that silly? Working on mountains is fun. Taking time off work means time for fun. Doing 3 days on, 4 days off for my health and using that time to play to keep... Yeah, you know what? That's great. Great way to do it. I used to work for a family that I would work from like 7 a.m. until 9 p.m. some days. Monday to Friday for 10 days, like 10 days of the month. No, for 20 days of the month. Like excluding weekends. And because they went with the other parent that I wasn't working for on 10 days of the month. So I would use those 10 days to like sleep because I was getting no sleep during the rest of the month. And then with my schedule now, because my husband's back at the office, I've told them I can't work every day like I could before. Because when he was working from home, it was easier for him because he could just pick up the kid from school and stuff like that. So now I only have 4 days per week that I can work, and so they obviously aren't going to like schedule me for all those 4 days, but at least now I know when I'm going to get scheduled for work. It'll be on one of those days. Now it's a lot better than every week trying to like figure out with my new schedule and stuff like that. And of course I could tell him I can't work on Mondays so that I could stream. There we go. A whole bunch of them down. A couple more to go. Gotta go behind. Oops. It really does not want to give me the guy. And as long as we're not cold here, I guess it doesn't matter. It won't let you use the glider, even though he's humanoid. That's so funny. I am all over the place with my... Oh, there we go. Finally. Finally gives us what we want. I'm gonna go left. No, like, you have to register to try and get a PS5. That's... I mean, hopefully it's in an attempt to try and prevent scalpers, but still. Oops. I think it's mostly a supply chain issue. You do have to pay for PlayStation Online to do, unfortunately. But, it was pretty funny because my husband, like, because I wanted to multiplayer with Cabot, which is why I got the game on PlayStation, and, why I got PlayStation Online. And so when I was talking to my husband, he's like, actually, you know what? This is really cool. Let's get this anyways, whether you're gonna play with Cabot or not. Because he liked, like, the potential for, like, free games and stuff like that. He thought it was neat. What the? I don't remember that place. Oh, that's okay. I do remember that place. I have snow on me. It's not gonna go. There we go. I think like Steam is like the your only option for like not having to pay for extra online capabilities because like everything is online for Steam. And I guess maybe Xbox Friends, but from what I've heard, the Xbox uh, Game Pass multiplayer does not work. So, mm-hmm. You very much are. Hey, sir, you want to be my friend? Hmm? Well, you can't use multiplayer right away, anyways. So, what you do is you buy, like, the console and the game, right? And then you wait until you actually get to a point in which you can do multiplayer. And then by that point, you're going to know whether or not you've been playing the game a lot and whether you're actually going to, it's worth it, right? Well, that's the whole reason I bought it was to do multiplayer with me, with Cabot and Bag. Um, this one always confuses me. There we go. The old place it till it dings trick works every time. I've built many a blueprint that way. Well, see, here's the thing. You know you like the game, right? So you know you're gonna play it. And if you're buying it specifically to multiplayer with people, then there you go. So what I would do is I would look into like if there's other games that you want. So it's not just one game that you're getting a console for. And then buying the PS Plus, like you get 1 month free when you sign up. So just wait until you actually need it, like so when you're finished Furrowfield and can actually do it, and then it's like it separates the costs a little bit. I guess is more what I'm saying. Genshin. Come play Genshin with me. It runs so smooth and beautifully on the PS5. I have a friend who has a PS5. And we were doing share play once. And we were doing share play once, and I was controlling her game, and my husband came in the room and he's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! When did Genshin get so pretty and crisp?" I was like, "It's not. It's Spiffy's game." Because it's from her PlayStation 5. Like, even through SharePlay, it was a noticeable difference to what the PlayStation 4 can handle. What is it that you don't like about Genshin? Just out of curiosity. And don't apologize for not liking games. I dislike plenty of games. Alright, where do we want to go? Up here. Oh, and can you climb, Ivy? No, you cannot. I had to pick only 3 things. I'd say the character design, the linear world and story, and the monetization. Yes. Those are all very good reasons to dislike the game. To be fair, I don't have the most experience with the game. I just haven't liked anything I've seen. I'm also notoriously picky about what games I like. I am notoriously picky about what games I like too. I literally only play Genshin, Dragon Quest Builders 2, Pokemon games, and The Sims. Like, that's it. There's a chance you like, it can, like, so the thing with Genshin is I recommend it to people only if they know how to say no to spending money on a game. I spend a little bit, but I have never bought the gems. But there's there's this like package that you can get that gives you like, you log in daily and it gives you like a thing, and it's like $6 or something like that. So I look at that as like a subscription. And once you get like a good team, you don't really need to pull, and so then you can save your wishes to pull for characters that will benefit you. And so the trap is like a lot of players join and they're just like, I want all the waifus, and so then they're constantly pulling and they're spending money. Or isn't, if you go with the I'm only going to pull on what I need, then you can save a lot of money that way and have a higher chance of getting what you want. For over 10 years, you've played League of Legends for over 10 years and have only spent $45 on your account? Dude, I spent more on World of Warcraft, just moving characters from server to server. I mean, it costs like $20 to move a character from a server to a different server, so... Alright, I think I got them all, right? You hate spending money? Well then, you know what? Genshin might be a game for you. My husband was looking for a new kind of like RPG type game or whatever, and he decided to give Genshin a try. And he said he actually really likes the start of the game before it gets into this like grindy play every day thing a lot better than he likes other aspects of the game. So I mean, like, it might be worth a shot to just like try it out, and only play the story maybe for you. That's all you do, because the story is actually quite interesting. I actually really like the story, and you can get pretty invested in the characters and stuff. But if you're not interested in Genshin, then don't play it. I'm just saying that these are things that to consider. Alright, are we ready to break everybody's hearts and tell them they're not allowed to come back with us? Or, how did you enjoy the fireworks display? We humans are flawed creations, want to engender with much conflict and suffering. But sometimes we can create beauty too. Ho ho ho, what do you think of that line? I was aiming for wise and philosophical. Did I hit the mark? Anyway, I hear you may be leaving soon. I have little doubt Esther will want to join you. Please, Aura, take good care of my dear granddaughter. But what am I saying? That girl is all that I live for. I cannot let her leave without thee, nor would I let you. Excuse me, sir, you left her for months to go live with the monsters. Of course you can leave her. If Esther goes, so do I. What do you say, Aura? Will you take me back to your island with you? Nah. You would be so cruel as to separate an old man from his darling granddaughter? Please, Aura, tell me you will reconsider. No. Alright, fine. Oh, thank you so much. I cannot wait to see what wonders you have built on this island of yours. Hello, Aura. Allow me to offer you my thanks once again for helping us defeat the forces of Hargon. When you stood atop that tower blasting Atlas in the eye with the Kazapple cannon, you cut ever so dashing a figure. By the way, Aura, I hear you plan to return to your own island soon. I would love for you to take me with you. Then I'd be able to see as much of that dashing figure of yours as I please. Zara has a crush on the builder. But alas, I am part of His Majesty's Royal Guard. I could not possibly abandon my duty and leave the king unprotected. Ho 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 ho. You must go where you feel you are needed, dear Zara. If it is your wish to accompany young Aura to her island, then I bid you a fond farewell. You are not my only bodyguard, you know. And besides, what have I for armed escorts when my nation is at peace? Really, Your Majesty? Oh, thank you so much. In that case, Aura, I would gladly come with you and aid you in any way I can. Will you take me with you? No. But surely you jest. Yes, it was an attempt at humor. Ill-judged, but innocent. You mean to say that you will take me with you, yes? Fine. Let's go. Huzzah! You won't regret this decision, Aura. Together we shall show the rotten children of Hargon who they're messing with. Gadzooks, Aura, mighty fine work overthrowing the children of Hargon, and not just that, you saved us from that bally old fate of endless war. When we first met, I was a hoary old fool who knew nothing but war. I was scared you would take that away the only thing I knew how to do. But I should have looked forward to it. I never dreamt that waking each morning to a world at peace could be so beautiful. It just goes to show there is always more to be learnt. No matter how old you are, you have taught this grandmother to suck eggs. What? And I do not mean to stop there. You're not a grandmother? Which brings me to my point. I want to go with you. It is not too late for me to see the world. What do you say, my friend? No. Gadzooks, Aura, show some respect to your elders. I shall ask you again, and this time you will answer properly. Will you let me accompany you to your island? Although he does dress in dresses. He's one of the people that, is constantly dressing in dresses, so maybe he wants to be a grandmother. Can we fault him for that? But yes, he does suck eggs. Will you let me accompany you to your island? Fine, crybaby. Yeah, I knew you would agree. After all, I am the most experienced soldier you will ever come across. Let us set sail for your home. I have much to learn about the art of building, but I cannot wait to get started. The only one who I actually really want to come. Ora, my lamb, you saved Moonbrooke from its unfortunate fate and returned peace to the land. For that, you have my eternal thanks. You have done much to rebuild Moonbrooke, but still more remains to be done. Will you stay here and lend us your aid as a builder? What? You say you are to return to your home island before long. Oh, my lamb, From the moment I first saw you and Malroth share a high five, an ambition arose within me. I harbored a hope that one day I too might share such an experience with you. Wouldn't that be great if they actually added stuff that they say to Endgame? Like this. Like Perry wants to see Crumbledon. I wish you could take him to Crumbledon. She wants to high five with you. I wish you could high five with her. Stuff like that. Would have been a nice icing on the cake. Please, Aura, please will you take me with you? I want to stay by your side. Well, I'm sorry, I have to tell you no so that we know what you say. No, please, my lamb. I promise to not be a burden. Please will you reconsider? Yes. Oh, goddess be praised. Thank you, Aura. I have never been so happy in all my life. I swear that I shall not be a bother to Malroth or any of your other islanders. Just treat me like any member of the team. She is the best character from this chapter. You definitely do not want you to come, sir. Aura is our hero, so noble and so brave. Never did I fear. Oh, I knew she would save us. Now that we have found peace at last, I think that I shall live out my days singing your praises right here in Moonbrooke. Haha, of course I am joking. I want to brighten the lives of those on your home island with the twin blessings of my beautiful voice and catchy songs. Take me with you, builder. I'll play my happy song. Your people will be thrilled, and doubtless sing along. Oh God. Do not ever, ever joke about Hayden being better than Esther. No. Oh, don't be such a meanie. Do not down your thumb. Do not turn down your thumb. Oh, won't you be my genie? And grant my wish to come. Oh God, it's awful. Take me with you, Builder. I'll play my happy song. Your people will be thrilled. Ah, and doubtless sing along. Unfortunately, yes. I knew you would agree. It would be a crime to rob your people of the chance to hear me sing. Actually, it's a crime to bring you to my island and let them hear you sing. Perhaps I will form a choir from all the adoring fans that are certain to flock around me the moment I open my mouth. Keep dreaming, Hayden. Keep dreaming. Who do we need? The king? Aura, we all owe you a great debt of gratitude for bringing peace back to our home. As the ruler of this fair kingdom, I deeply regret that I cannot appropriately reward you for your efforts, but I can offer you stalwart followers to aid you in your quest. What's that? You would bid me join you on your voyage? Me, the heaven-appointed protector of this island? Ho ho ho, you never were one to stand on ceremony, were you, my dear? But alas, I cannot. This kingdom is still my responsibility, and I will not so easily abandon it. Aura, do you remember what I told you of this world and its nature? Oblivion may approach, and if that is my destiny, so be it. I shall watch over my people to the end. And I shall keep a weather eye out for you, too, Aura. I look forward to seeing what exciting, incredible inventions you build for the people of this world. Ah, Aura, you've spoken to everyone, I trust. Jolly good. Ever since I was a child, I have always been fascinated by the art of building. I dreamed of becoming a builder myself. And now that I have had a taste of building with my own two hands, I know that I cannot stop now. The building bug has well and truly bitten me. Take me with you, Aura. Let us continue to work together, not in winning a war, but in building a new world. No. What? Surely my ears deceived me, or I was all but certain you said no. I must have been mistaken. Mayhap it was but the wind. Nevertheless, I shall ask again, just to be sure. Will you take me with you to your island? Fine. Good. I knew you would say yes. You are more than an inspiration to me, Aura. You are my friend. Now let us return to your island and fight the children of Hargon together. Oh, and do not forget to collect all those traps you made before we leave. Let us take everything. The zap traps, the sizz snares, the whoosh widgets, the crack contraptions, the ballistas, the spike traps, everything. When you have finished tying up your affairs here in Moonbrooke, let us all make our way to the dock. We shall all lend our strength in turning your island into a shining beacon of hope for this world. A choir of one. I now remembered that she blamed it on the wind. Oof. Pretty sure she means these ones. How is our firework down here? Interesting. Alright. I wonder if we'll be able to, because I have got about it like an hour and a half tops left. So I wonder if we'll be able to do everything that I wanted to do. I didn't even realize that this got incorporated into the wall there. It shows how observant I am sometimes. Hello, Trico. How are you doing today? I have already defeated Atlas. Just trying to figure out if we can finish everything before the end of the stream. Although I know there's a lot to do on Isle of Awakening, so we'll have to see. I'm doing alright. Alright. Does anyone know where the dragons are? There's 3 of them, aren't there? Alright. Yeah, I did all the mini medals. So I don't have that on my map anymore. Unfortunately. We'll bring... Actually, no, we won't. We will wait until after, before we bring this guy with us. Alright. I went out the wrong door. Hayden's still afraid. Oof. I wonder how... I can't really see how much that hits for. Not for very much. That's funny. Oh my gosh! Did you see that? Hayden was using the thing! That's cool. Oh, now Zara's using it. Cade must have run away. There he goes, using it again. That's pretty cool. I did not know that he could use, use the weapon. Yeah. I don't know why I can't do that. Whenever I try and run down quickly, I like push down the thing instead. Woo! I was not expecting that. Yay! Mountain Cleaver! There we go. Alright, now to try and remember where the other two are. There's one over here, I'm pretty sure. I guess we'll go here. Moonbrooke needs more teleports. It's funny how they have such light footsteps, like flop, 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 and then as soon as they like jump, it's kaboom. Party time! I love the dragon looks even though it's asleep. how low I was, and I'm slow. Oh, I ran out of healing herbs. Well, he wasn't close enough. Well, that sucks. Let's try again. He doesn't freeze, apparently. I think it still does damage, it's just... Right, you guys. I'm gonna have no potatoes left at the end of this. Hello, cat. Why do you always choose the most inopportune times to come and hang out with me? I am so bad at fighting in this game. Alright, you know what? Actually, hang on, because that's gonna hammer out. Let's try that. What if we just kind of like... See, here we go. Now we're actually getting some consistent damage to him thanks to traps. My god, that breath is something else. These fights just take forever. such tragedy. Who died? Oh, Hayden did. Yay, finally. Tectonic plate. I don't remember that one. Probably because I did not bother fighting these guys. Alright, now I really need to find that third dragon. I have no idea where to look. Alright, so there's one here. And there was one here. So then you would think there would be one around here somewhere. Maybe? Go here. And have a look around. There's not one down there, because that's where that guy is. Check in here. This is where the something force was. Air Force? Air Force. This is where the Air Force was. So it wouldn't be here. That's where the temple is, the frozen wastes. So maybe it's down here. Question is, can we get over the mountain? Yes, you prevented me from... I don't see anything down there though. That is the slime standing in front of the cave to Renderak, which is right there. Let's see if we can't get a metal slime. Over here. Oh. Yay! Trophy earned! Mercurial Magnate. Wibble wobble. Wibble wibble. Alright. Hello, Talks. Well, welcome with your raid of 3. What did you end up streaming tonight? Seven days. It's a good thing I couldn't watch you then, because that would be too scary for me to watch. I'm trying to find the third dragon in Moonbrooke so that we can go back to the Isle of Awakening. But I don't know where it is. Alright, you know what? Let's look it up. Dragon locations. Moonbrooke. I don't want to watch a video. I want just like a map. Is that really too much to ask for? Okay, I got that one. Oh, apparently there's only 2? Interesting. Over the mountain south of the dock drops the mountain cleaver recipe, which we did. On the beach southeast of Gwaelin's Gate drops the tectonic plate recipe, which we did. So, that's it. There's only 2 dragons. I was convinced there were 3. Glad I looked it up. Alright, I guess we get to go home then. Let's collect our stuff. Yes, that does explain why you only remember 2. Imagine searching for hours for a third dragon just to find out there is one. Yeah, no, see, that's why I was like, after looking in a few key spots, I was like, alright, better look this up. I guess we can take our stuff. Alright. I forgot to dupe the blue gem. Oh, I haven't decided what I want to bring back with me, if anything. I don't really think there's anything worth bringing back in this. Is there? Pick up now, but he's following. I don't have to pick them up. Like, I don't really need a freeze egg because those will spawn with the Powiowis. Other than, like, broken stuff, but that'll be able to make soon enough. Like, I don't really think there's anything worth bringing back from this place. I don't really need any of that stuff. I'll be able to get it soon enough with the ulti-mallet. I don't believe that, but let's go get a rose. I honestly don't think that you can get enough flowers before... even if you bring back a rose. Alrighty. To the docks. Hello, Brownbeard, we are ready. Long time no ocean, Aura. Are these the Willen warriors y'all be bringing back with you? Yar, they look like fierce fighters to a man, especially that one in the smock. Which one in the smock? They said this island was a foreboding place where no man dares set foot, lay finger, or even plonk posterior, but it looks like that was all a load of old bilge. That said, I did hear some serious bangs and clangs as I was sailing around the island. What exactly's been going on here? Okay, I honestly, I thought Lilysaur said that that you could not get that one because you need one of the flowers from Mahala. So, but we can try. And more importantly, why is this an island in the first place? I always thought that Moonbrooke was on the mainland. Ho ho ho. Leaving so soon, Aura? Huh, that's cool. Interesting, so it's like almost endgame, I guess. But you can do it just before. Allow us to give you a guard of honor to see you safely on your way. Allow me to thank you once again, Aura. I am eternally in your debt. You have restored peace to my kingdom and sown the seeds for a bright and booming future. I expect you to take just as good care of Vanessa and these other noble men and women of Moonbrooke. My citizens are like children to me. I trust that you will do right by them. Ah, yeah. Lilysaur does know, like, a lot more about when to get stuff than I do. I only know the limits and whatnot. And Malroth, my boy, do not pout so, I prithee. I know that we have treated you appallingly. Your imprisonment was unjust and undeserved. For my role in that fiasco, I wholeheartedly apologize. But look upon your friend. Behold the pained expression on her face. She is innocent of any crime, just as you were. Please do not inflict this torture on... I don't want to hear it, alright? Just shut up. Gadzooks, Malroth, how dare you take such an insolent tone with one as great as the king? Know your place, lest you lose your head. As great as the king? Ha ha ha. And which is greater, I ask you, a king or a god? Malroth, my lamb, what has come over you? Let us not fight. It's time now to go. The path path ahead's bright, and our future's aglow. Or I cannot help but feel responsible for this discord. That's 'cause you are. But entering into an argument will not solve anything. Let us speak with Malroth again when he has calmed down. For now, Aura, let us set sail for your island. I cannot wait to begin building in earnest. Farewell, one and all. I wish you a swift and safe passage to Aura's Isle of Awakening. But if the fancy should ever strike you, please do not hesitate in returning to Moonbrooke once more. She didn't moderate a server properly, yeah. Know that every man, woman, and child of my fair kingdom stands ready to welcome you with open arms. All aboard for a trip abroad. Time to set sail. Trophy earned, Marshal of Moonbrooke. Biggest thing about that, I think, that annoys me about this is that they're all just like, oh, you know, it's not really a big deal, get over it. It's like, you can't say that to someone. You have no idea how something affects someone. And so Aura's adventures on Moonbrooke come to an end. Together with her newfound friends, she set sail for the Isle of Awakening, where Lulu and the others impatiently await her return. But throughout the journey, Malroth maintains a stony silence, staring down at the ocean all the while. Aura, Malroth, you're back. Thank goodness. We've all been eagerly awaiting your return. So, this is who you've recruited to serve in Lulutopia's military, is it? Half of them look like they're ready for retirement. And what calls for that grim and grumpy look on your face? Where's your usual sunny smile? It's not my problem. I'm out of here. Malroth. Oh, you two had a tiff back in Moonbrooke, didn't you? Gosh, you're like children. What happened? Did you make fun of his ponytail? You shall have to apologize immediately. Bahaha, there'll be time for that later, my dear. Firstly, we must welcome our new arrivals. Ahem. As the official master of this island, it is with great pleasure that... Welcome to our island, everyone. With your help, we can make it into the land of the wildest dreams, of our wildest dreams. I'm sure you're all eager to start building. We'd like to help too, but we don't want to get in the way. If you need an hand, just give us a shout, and we'll be more than happy to help. Well then, Aura, I think it is time we sought an audience with the Hairy Hermit. If you would be so kind as to introduce us. What's the one I had in Moonbrooke? The iron workbench? I think that's the one I had in Moonbrooke. Alright, I guess we go to the mountaintop. Ho ho ho, welcome back, 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 Aura. I take it these fellows are your... Good, goodness me, what have we here? Who is this mighty, muscular, merciless-looking maiden? What? The king of Moonbrooke told you our world is a lie? What a load of poppycock. How would our world be anything but the truth? The idea is clearly complete codswallop, and don't repeat it to anyone else. We don't want people panicking over this perjurous prattle. Gadzooks, will this glowing gadabout not sit still? I am becoming quite dizzy. Mr. Hermit, sir, we of Moonbrooke seek your blessing to take up residence on this island. Ho ho ho, but of course, you're more than welcome to stay. We could do with a few folk as fierce as you. Aura tells us that this land is threatened by the forces of the children of Hargon. Please tell us how best we can help in driving them away. Oh, we don't need to worry about that anymore. Ever since Aura left, the monsters stopped attacking. Then our first priority must be to build you all some homes to live in. You must be tired after your long journey. Thank you, Mr. Hermit, sir. I hope that we can make good use of the abundant space you have here to give shape to our dreams. Or, after all these years of yearning, I can finally be the builder I wanted to be. But all I have done as yet is to help build part of a tower. I need to prove myself as a builder. I need to build something magnificent, something majestic, something that is all my own. Ho, 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 she's certainly brimming with vim and vigor. I know a perfect place for you to settle. There's another tablet over to the north, in another area that's just waiting to be developed. I call it the Cerulean Steppes. Go and have a look. Ho ho ho, have the mini medals tickled your fancy? It's good to know we share a common interest. You see, I'm rather an avid collector of mini medals. I'll even swap them for my treasures. You've got 30 mini medals. For reaching the 38 medal mark, I'll teach you to make Kanik cloaks. For hitting 42 medals, I'll give you a bandito bandana. For hitting 46 medals, I'll give you a bit of blusher. And for hitting 50 medals, I'll give you a copy of the song Songs of Paradise. Passionate Dance. Boogie Woogie Bar. For hitting 54 medals, I'll give you a witch's hat. Fun stuff. And for hitting 58 medals, I'll give you a blockhead. Excellent, just what I needed. For hitting 62 medals, I'll give you a red rose. For reaching the 65 medal mark, I'll teach you how to make liquid metal shields. Interesting. As things stand, you've brought me a total of 66 mini medals. Make that 70 and I'll teach you the recipe for Moonbrooke frocks. Wouldn't that be nice? Kanik cloak. Liquid metal shield. Ta-da. Whee! Aura takes a closer look at the bluestone tablet. Well, Aura, any bright ideas for what to build here? Moonbrooke had a castle, didn't it? Well, I think it's about time Lulutopia had one, too. but it has to be a million times bigger and better than the one on Moonbrooke. I won't allow Lulutopia to lag behind. And as far as the scenery is concerned, wouldn't it be wonderful to look out over a pure white snowfield from the warmth of my royal bedchamber? A castle will serve us well defensively, but it will not be enough. We will need traps and magical defenses to drive off any attack by the children of Hargon. Ho, 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 ho. So, Aura, have you decided what to build? Images of a colossal castle towering over a sparkling snowfield swirl around Aura's mind. Build the castle. Make snowfield. Build traps to defeat the monsters. A grand castle in a field of pure white snow. With a bristling battery of traps to defend it. We are to build our very own Moonbrooke. Ho, 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 then let us settle here and build not only a castle, but a new home. Gosh, you're awfully eager to begin building. It seems like Aura has had quite the influence on you. She most certainly has. Why, when she built the Kazapple cannon for us, I was positively moved to tears. Is that so? It sounds like your building skills have improved even more since you've been away. I can't wait to see this improvement for myself. Behold, Aura, we brought a multitude of materials from Moonbrooke to help us begin building our new home. I shall pop them into this chest for safekeeping. I selected the stone and marble myself, Aura. They are of the finest They are of finest possible quality. As for me, I happened to stumble over an ugly old mirror while I was out practicing my latest musical masterpiece. It seemed like your sort of thing, so I tossed it in the pile too. You're also kind and thoughtful, just the kind of model workers Lulutopia needs. Consider yourselves all honorary citizens. Now, my loyal subjects, let's get to work. We need a castle, a snowfield, and a fearsome array of terrifying traps. Let the building begin. I know the perfect place to put your new castle and snowfield. Let me show you. Ho, 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 ho. You'd do well to do as she says, or Lulu has an eye for these things. As always, you can warp to the stone tablet here. It's much quicker than walking. Our new castle will be the perfect finishing touch to Lulutopia, like a beautiful crown on an even more beautiful princess. Yes, the finishing touch. Or this is the last area that awaits development. Once you have completed these targets, the island will finally become a true builder's paradise. This is the final tablet, young builder. The final tasks that stand between you and your destiny. When your castle sits in a pristine snowfield, all ringed around by impenetrable defenses, come to me at the temple and tell me of your success. All right then, Aura, Anessa, let's get building. I told you I found the perfect spot to put our castle, didn't I? Well, it's just here. Hello, Plumbean. How are you doing? It's a nice flat plateau with plenty of space for a castle and a snowfield, don't you think? I can't wait to get started. Come on, friends, let us go. It's high time we departed to the perfect plateau. Goodness me, I've never heard such awful screeching in all my life. Why in the world would you bring him back with you? Don't worry, Lulu, I asked myself the same thing. Well, he's here now. We'll just have to put up with him. Come on, Aura, follow me. it's time for the best part of the game, but also the worst because off-stream building is forbidden. I can build off-stream, I just can't progress the story off-stream. Yeah, that's because I build off-stream. I spent a lot of time on Isle of Awakening building, and I can't progress the story, so it accrues a lot of gratitude. What do you think? You should be able to build a pretty spectacular castle here, right? Indeed, it has a good flat foundation and a commanding view of the surroundings. A master builder couldn't have chosen a better spot. It certainly seems like an ideal place to build a castle, but whatever are we to do about creating a snowfield? I'm sure a builder as skilled as Aura will figure it out. This place will be a winter wonderland here in no time. It is the worst building. Jeez. Or we shall have to leave the procurement of snow in your capable hands. Meanwhile, we shall begin work on the castle. I believe we have proven ourselves competent castle constructors. Wouldn't you agree? No. Moonbrooke's castle was a very grand affair, wasn't it? Well, I think our castle should be at least as grand, if not grander. I agree, and this time we shan't leave the lion's share of the building work to Aura. It is high time we repaid her for all that she did for us. On Moonbrooke, we would always trouble you for a blueprint, but this time is different. We shall design a castle that exceeds Lulu's wildest dreams. Ho, 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 well said, General. Let us begin work immediately. We're going to build the whole thing... You're going to build the whole thing yourselves without a blueprint? Are you sure that's a good idea? Fear not, young maiden. You may rely on us to build the barbican and construct the crenellations. In the meantime, Aura here can concentrate on crafting the snowfield. To the north of Moonbrooke lies the Isle of Everlasting Ice, and the Powiyawi that make their home there can breathe snow as a dragon breathes fire. I don't know, do you not remember the dragons we literally just fought who did not breathe fire, but in fact breathed ice at us? Like, literally 5 minutes ago we did it, sir. Ah, jeez. If you could recruit a Powiyawi to our cause, we could brew up a blizzard and summon forth all the snow we need. If that's your plan, then you'd better take this with you. I made it as a treat for Digby and Dougie, but this monster you're looking for might like it more. Monster Munchies! Well then, Aura, the rest is up to you. Journey to Rhymy Reef, befriend a Powiyawi, and bring it back to besnow our fields. Alright. I don't need that in my bag or in my inventory. My inventory is very full. Alright. I'm gonna dump some stuff first. Might be a good idea. Where'd those go? They're there. Yo, that's the one I want. Thank you very much. Actually, I'll put more of this food away. Actually, that is what I wanted. And we want to put in this one, and this one. And these guys. Oh yeah, I forgot that this was like super full. Just want to have an empty bag before I go running around trying to fill it up again. Alright, that should do for now. First things first, though. We gotta go make a bench. House. It is a house, yes. Kind of a Viking house. Ish. Ah, shoot. I was like, I'm coming to this island, but I don't have the fish that they wanted. I just put it away. Ah, well, I'm not really here for that anyways. I'm here to make a bench. Oh, right. I always do that. Well, womp womp. Forgot my stuff. I'm gonna have to come back because I forgot the stuff that I needed. Like, I took out all the stuff that I need to make the bench with. So, also I need to put some fighters in my party because the Rimy Reef is full of dangerous monsters. Alright, I put these away in, nope, in here. I needed these guys and these guys. And I just saw that I have stuff in. I have another key. And that. There we go. I'm going to do that when we come back. Yes, we're going to go right back to where we just were. Because I forgot my stuff. Because I'm so smart. I am so smart. I actually did that by accident. I was meant to push this button. 3,500 hours in action. You forget things all the time. 3,500 hours combining into all the same moment that you never know what's actually going on at once. Alright, now we can make this. Let's make a couple. There she be. Yeah, I kept marble in my bag though because it's a block. It's a building block. It's the other stuff that I tend to put away. The stuff that you can just pull out of a chest. Like when you make things on a workbench, it just automatically pulls it from whatever chest is on the island, right? So that's why I just put everything away. But then it's like, oh no, I actually needed that stuff. Oops. But now I can put it back. Because I don't need it in my bag anymore. Wrong thing. What, did I use up all my steel to make them? Oh, no, they're there. Alright, I'm going to just quickly go. Yeah, it's a really useful thing because it helps keep your inventory clean. I don't mind my cerulean steps. It's literally a junkyard. Pyramid is bye-bye. I literally destroyed it the second I finished it. It's good times. Nope, that's not the one. This is the one. I'm gonna need to make one more bench though. There. Late to the party, but it is always heartening to hear when there is one less pyramid scheme in the world. Yes. The pyramid must always be destroyed. Always. Alright. Let's go. Who do we want to bring with us? Brittany, probably. And I guess we'll bring Anessa. She's a good fighter. You want to bring Zara instead? Okay, we'll bring Zara. Yeah, oh, we can't do that yet. Oh, we can't. We cannot. Do I have a saber cup? I don't have a saber cub yet. I have a Hocus Chimera. I just want to quickly, Alright, we have a couple spots left. Add to party. I guess we'll bring Babs. She fights, right? She's got a weapon equipped. And we can probably equip her with a better one. Actually, give one to Brittany too. Brittany still had a copper. Oh dear, Brittany, I'm sorry. My apologies. Alright, let's go. And there she blows. Now you can set sail for Rhymy Reef anytime you like. What are you giving me side eye for, puppers? Hmm? I love the ship. Yeah, that's leftovers from the dock that I didn't want to destroy. So I put them on his ship until I got the Alsu mallet. Oh, that's pretty funny. Oh, hang on. I just realized I don't have these guys. Which is good, because, yo, hello? Why can't I... There we go. Like, wasn't giving it to him. Pushing all the buttons. I want lots of ice. So that I can make lots of ice lollies. I hate the agility decrease. It's like the worst. Whoops. It's so annoying. Oh, I meant I was supposed to check that off. Spiffy. Alright, I need another one of those. That does not need to be checked off. What about you guys? Is it Sunny Sands? Sunny Sands has a lot of agility decrease in the mines. Oh, that's a long D&D game. Although I guess we usually go till about midnight, so not that different. It's the wagon. Hello, Mr. Dragon. The dragon from the Dragon Quest? My goodness. Monsters left, right, and center in this place. It does. The dragon does match your name color. That's just brilliant. The only time I eat food when I'm out of healing herbs. There we go. Let's see here. I thought I was not out of healing herbs. There we go. Actually, we're here. We'll climb up and see what's up here. See if we get hot water or not. Hey. This place is just so full of monsters. I hate it so much. Just grumpy old men eating potato sacks. What? I don't think there's hot water here. But I spy somebody else. Oh, hello, sir. Let's, Wow, I walked right into that. I'm so good at combat, guys. Did you see that? Wait, you mean the point of combat is not to get hit? Oh, my bad. I just leave it to my minions. I don't want to die. Does this, when you break it with a... No, it turns into... Where did I... Oh, they're over there. Okay. This is why I ran out of, stuff. Healing herbs. Because I'm in fine form tonight. Does that actually help? I don't think you can bring the war banner with you. I don't think I put it away. I coulda. I've tried doing that, and I always have a hard time getting it to work in this game. That's how I defeated like literally everything in the first Builders game. But in this one, it just never wants to work properly for me. We'll just do it the Breath of the Wild way. Take all the hits! Eat food! Falcon Blade! Yay! Oh my goodness, you guys are never ending, aren't ya? You're just waiting for Babs to heal. No, you're supposed to drop your befuddle, whatever, claws, confused claws. I checked it off in my sleep. Hi, how's it going? Here's what we're gonna do. And hope that I have a bed. I don't have a bed, do I? Oh, I do. Excellent. Alrighty. Mr. Werb. Oh. Potatoes. So many birds! Why are there so many birds? So many things in one small area. Come inside and rest, tired traveler. Ooh, a girl. Sweet. Hello there, I am Francesca. I am wandering knight of some renown. Who might you be? You are building a great kingdom upon your very own island while freeing other lands from the cruel grip of tyranny? That sounds like a noble pursuit indeed. I would be most honored to join you in this endeavor. Tell me, have you use of my blade? Sure. Now we're going to sit here for 5 minutes. Yeah, they reuse the names very, very, very quickly. Or very a lot, rather, is what, I don't know. It's midnight, essentially. My brain is starting to go. I can't read this one. There's a chest. Alrighty. Bird, come here. You? Sorry, my dog unplugged my my headset, so my mic went out. Doggos, what you doing? You unplugged it. You're not supposed to do that. What's on the screen? What do you mean, what's on the screen? Okay, will you settle down, please? Thank you. Oh, that's, whenever the PlayStation shows messages, because I'm streaming directly from the PlayStation. So, hey, hot water. So it blocks out anything like that in case it has personal information or whatever. Yay! Nice, nice. Alright, where's my... Pink dye is actually like the last thing I need because I grow so many strawberries. But pink dye blocks, on the other hand. Yeah, I went to look at the stool, not sit on it. You would not let me look at it. Alright, where's my burb? That's my burb. Come on, let's go. What are we missing on this checklist? Yellow dye. Just surprisingly didn't see at the beginning, which usually you can see at the beginning. Let's dig a little bit, see if there is any. Nope. Interesting. Alright, what's on the... Oh, a snowman. We never found a snowman. Where it leaks. And this stuff over here. Ah, there we go. Yay, stone! It is so good. I'm kind of annoyed that it takes so long to get it. Leaks. Oh, they sound like dogs. It's the Berserker. Hello, Anthony, I guess. AG from the Discord. How's it going? Oh, and Chayuki. Welcome. Oh wait, you're a bot. Never mind. No welcome. I didn't even read the message. But we can bye-bye. There we go. Gonna Indiana Jones this tree. Are you narrating yikes! My builder's inner thoughts. I know, thank you. I'm just trying to finish this island. Hubs is reminding me that I asked him that I wanted to go to bed at a decent time tonight because I've been staying up way too late. And I'm feeling it. We do have a lot of 3 a.m. conversations. Woof. Did not like that. That was not fun. So many monsters! My goodness. I am terrible at dodging attacks. My goodness. I didn't see what I completely forgot to pay attention to when we fought the killing machine. Did it drop something or did I miss befriending it? Oh, that's right. I do remember that now. I got the Falcon Blade recipe. Yeah, I got a statue. Alright, Burb. I am missing a snowman. I checked off the red flowers, didn't I? That is so weird. I swear I remember checking off red flowers. No, I know it drops a statue. There's a snowman right below me. Ah, there is. Good eye. All right. Find some flowers, which I swore I checked off, but I guess not. These just turn into wood when I break them, right? Yep. Alright, what else am I missing? Oh, the branch. Or this guy. No, a branch? Oh, like the burning branch, I think. I know what I'm looking for. It's just a matter of finding it. Where are we anyways? We just need a branch, and then this will be my first time completing a Rhymy Reef on the first go. I don't think I've ever been able to do that. Because, like, it never gives you hot water on the first go around. Hello, welcome back, Audrigo. There it is. Burnt branch. Yay. So when am I going to watch you make a storage system on my island? I don't know. I've been crazy busy lately. But someday I'll make you a storage system. Yeah, I don't know what that thing is. Looks like a cross between Kirby and a gopher. Alright, you're back, and you've brought a Powie Yowie with you. Where are you, Lulu? Oh, there you are. With this fluffy fellow on our side, we'll be able to make all the snow we need. By the way, I've been looking for Malroth. I've searched every square inch of the island, but there's no sign of him anywhere. But I'll find him, wherever he's hiding. You should take our new Powie Yowie pal to meet the Moonbrookians. I'll see you soon, Aura, hopefully on our new Lulutopian snowfields. We're gonna go ahead and this quest, and then, yes, I'm gonna have to go to bed. Brownbeard's head. Good to see you again, Aura, and with a Powie Yowie in tow, no less. Ah, this brings back fond memories of my time among the Hare Force. Now, we just need to work out how it can be convinced to make it snow. Powie Yowies I've seen, when they locked me away, they're horrid and mean, la-dee-doo, la-dee-day. But there's one simple ploy that puts them in good moods. You can bring them great joy with extremely cold foods. To wit, when I was trapped on that ghastly ship, the Powie Yowie would often feast on chunks of ice skewered on wooden poles. It turned their breath into a blistering blizzard. Alas, I never came across such snacks in my time among the Hair Force. Perhaps you would be able to invent something of a similar ilk, Aura. How wonderful, Aura. What did you invent, my lamb? An ice lolly? Gadzooks, an icy snack like that is sure to put the Powie Owie's blizzard gizzard in motion. We'll have our snowfield in no time. Will you need ice to make them? If so, I saw a great deal of it at the nearby shore. An excellent observation, my dear. Now, Aura, try making some of these ice lollies and place them in the ground. In the ground? For our Powie Owie friend to feast upon. Well done, Aura. I hear you have learnt how to make snowfields. I have a long way to go before I am as skilled builder as you. While you were away on the hunt for a Powie Owie, we made progress in our plans for the new castle. Now we have gathered all the materials we need, and we are ready to get started. Come on, come one, come all, let us create something spectacular, something that will make us proud to be builders. Everyone except you, that is, Aura. You built our castle from the ground up, and now it is our turn to build yours. Pray, turn your attentions to the Powie Owie. Love good destruction fodder. It is, folks. I didn't even make what I was open to this to make. Yeah, it's such a disappointment. I don't even care if I'm overlapping or not overlapping or making it in places I can't. I don't care. I have so many of these. It does not matter. Whoops, I'm hungry. Wee, look at him go. They really cannot. Where'd you go, buddy? There you are. And we're almost done. would you look at that? A beautiful backdrop of bright white snow for our castle to nestle within. They always say these like before you actually have like a good amount of whatever. Like they're like, oh, it's a green paradise when you have like 3 patches of grass. When you do green gardens. And now it's like I have like 6 patches of snow and they're like, yay, it's a snowfield. No, sorry. Not yet. Oh, my lamb, it's absolutely lovely. Just like the snowfields back in Moonbrooke. We must show everyone right away. Okay, thank you. I'm just finishing up this last little bit. Gosh, just look at all this snow. I knew builders were amazing, but I never imagined they could change an entire landscape. You're so easily swayed by the snow on the floor. Some ice lollies she made. That is all, nothing more. Well, that's as may be, but no matter the method, you cannot deny that Aura has completely changed the scenery hereabouts. You can even see it on the map. Gadzooks, well done, my girl. Let us dub this area the Great Jeromean Snowfields. The Jeromean? Ahem. Let us leave the name for now. Let us instead offer our thanks to Aura, who has brought this natural wonder about and fulfilled another target to boot. Yay! It's a mini medal. If you can complete 8 more tablet targets, I'll make that bottomless pot of yours even better. Toodle pip 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 for now. Good show, Aura. You certainly made work of our first task. I must say, your building power has improved in leaps and bounds since first we met. It shan't be long before you have finished all the tasks on the tablet and the Isle of Awakening's rebirth is complete. But standing here talking about it shan't achieve a thing. Let us return to our work. And off they go to make the worst building in the game. You just got the bottomless pot upgrade. You're slow on your tablet targets. What are you doing? Too busy building when you need to finish your tablet targets. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Where'd the guy go? Yo, buddy. Are they up there? Oops. There we go. Lovely. The trashel? I love it. That's perfect. Aura, a word, if you please. How goes your work in carpeting the area in snow? I only ask because you usually seem so happy when you are building, but now your face seems altogether more forlorn. You are thinking about Malroth, are you not? I too feel responsible for what befell in Moonbrooke, but at this point we would only anger him more by confronting him directly. For the moment, I think it's best we leave the rapprochement efforts in Lady Lulu's capable hands. In my second game, I didn't get this. This part here, it was all in black screen because I had destroyed the land in which he was standing on. So I didn't actually get to see this cutscene. What? What's happening to me? Every time she builds something, 90-year cutscene, yes. You have done well, my lord. You kept the builder safe from harm as she filled the world with the power of creation. But yeah, I'd like flatten this whole area so then you couldn't see the cutscene. I thought that was amusing. Say it 5 more times. Maybe, just maybe. But soon she will have served her purpose. Soon it will be time to end this farce. Malroth. There you are. Are you alright? I've been looking everywhere for you. Lulu? I'm fine. I was just feeling a little lightheaded. What do you want? What do I want? I want to know how long you intend to hold this grudge against Aura. You two need to make up right now. What's the point of building our very own paradise if our friends aren't there to enjoy it with us? Aura needs you. Just shut up, would you? Every minute I spend around her makes me angrier and angrier. I want to smash and destroy and obliterate until there's nothing left. I don't know what to do. Oh, Malroth. Lulu, tell me, can creation and destruction ever really get along? I don't understand. You two have had so many wonderful adventures together. If that doesn't answer your question, I don't know what will. And if you're still not sure, you could ask Aura. She will help you. I just know she will. You've always been there for her, right? I'm sure she'd be only too happy to do the same for you. Such impertinence. Let us end her life this instant and be spared from her ceaseless prattling. No! Stop it! Just stop it! Get away from me, Lulu. Don't talk to me again. Malroth. I am sure she will succeed in her mission. She will make Malroth see the... Egad, are we under attack? How dare the monsters interrupt our long-awaited building work? We must drive them back. Come, Aura, follow me. We're not going to do this. We're going to stop here. Because I really need to go. So, next week, I guess, we'll do all the pre-Malhalla stuff. And we'll see what's going on. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with Malhalla because I can't access multiplayer when I go. So, I'm trying to figure out the best way to do it. But yes, right now I need to go to bed. So I will see everyone next week. Thank you for coming to the stream. And I hope you all have a fantastic week. Bye-bye.